Hey everybody, welcome to Geekoholics Anonymous, episode 187 on up, Moeffin podcast host. I'm your host, Rico.
What are you even talking about right now?
You don't listen to Snoop Dogg, clearly. Old school Snoop Dogg.
No.
187 on a motherfucking cop. You don't remember that? Man.
No.
You clearly did not listen to any good rap music.
No.
So as soon as I see 187 or hear it anywhere, and a bunch of people out there are thinking the exact same thing, trust me.
Okay. Sure, I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, I'm your host, Rico, here with my questioning, doubtful, confused co-host,
Dane Cody.
We get together once a week, talk about video games, TV, movies, and or whatever we like. Coming off our holiday hiatus. So I've just proven myself a liar. We do not record every week. Once in a while, we take a break.
Rarely, but yeah.
Actually, to be honest, in about a few weeks or a month, we're going to take another break because I'm going on vacation again.
What? Give me some heads up. I'll find somebody else to replace your ass.
At the end of the month, we're going to Hawaii. Anyway.
Fucking bastard.
Coming off of just 12. I think I had 12 days off the way it worked with the holiday.
Oh, fuck you.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everyone. It flew by, dude. Like,
oh, I know. Trust me, because I had to work. Let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week, and I got to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. But I had like 4 or 5 days off as well because I had the Friday to the Wednesday off. But that flew by, and then even last week when I had Monday, Tuesday off, I had a 4-day weekend this last weekend, and it still
had a couple long weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple short days in between.
Yeah, short weeks, and but now we're back to the grind.
At the start, I was like, so long, I'm gonna get so much stuff done.
No,
I did nothing.
Especially around Christmas time, it's hard because you think you're gonna get, because this was me. Last year, whatever it was, I took a bunch of time off before kind of Christmas. I had the week before Christmas off, and then Christmas, and and it was great. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna have all this time to do stuff, and it totally ended up being a bunch of time getting ready for Christmas and then doing Christmas, and I didn't get a chance to do any of the shit that I wanted to do.
A lot of parties, lots of family stuff, yeah. And then the couple days that we did have stuff, I was like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
I did manage to get my Christmas lights down already, so.
Wow, look at you.
Well, we had I didn't want to. I kind of letting them run into the first weekend of January. But we have a storm coming, and yesterday was kind of sunny. And I'm like, I do it now and not get wet and gross, or have to do it another time when it sucks and gets colder.
That's fair. That's really fair, actually. We don't have any outside lights, so I can't talk.
It was a good break.
Yeah. No, it wasn't long enough, but it was good. It was really
glad
nice.
glad to be back podcasting.
Yeah, I actually missed our podcast last week.
Not so much glad to be back working.
No, I enjoy what I do, but I could definitely have some more time off.
Not that my job is hard. I like my job as well, but I could really get used to just not working.
Yes.
But
getting paid to do nothing would be rad.
But then there would be problems. The mortgage would come due.
That's what I said. Getting paid to do nothing would be rad.
Yeah, I didn't win the lottery.
Me neither.
So I tried.
Not for lack of trying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys all had an awesome Christmas as well, or holiday, or whatever you celebrate, and Happy New Year.
Yeah. An un-Christmas or a Christmas, or stuff's falling off my desk here.
I'm like, what's going on?
It's all...
Yeah, if you haven't been here before, welcome. Obviously, if you've been here before, you know the rigmarole. But for those of you who don't, we usually start the show with our BS section, which clearly we're in right now. Get into some what you've been playing, some news and stuff, our public service announcements, and free for all section. And we're a little light in the news, to be honest. as we
the
all had
break.
holidays, so did the gaming industry. We have a couple stories, but we have some new games to talk about, a few movies to talk about. We went and saw a bunch of movies over the break, and Santa got us some new toys, so we have some new toys to talk about.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, let's get into what you've been playing.
Before we even do that,
oh.
did you get anything cool and fun over Christmas? Any toys or because I feel like as you get older, you get the things that you need or whatever.
Well,
like for me this year is like my wife was like, "Oh, you need a bunch of kitchen stuff." So like I got like a new cutting board and some new like pans and like things like that. I did get a soda stream though. I will say it's pretty fucking rad. And now I make my own fizzy water, and it's great. I love it. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got one of those a few years ago, and we don't use it anymore.
Really?
It was cool when we first got it,
dude. See, that's the thing though, is we drink a lot of fizzy water. So like we've been drinking. We buy a lot of fizzy water. So now we just make it, and I don't have to buy it anymore. So it's a win-win, and I can make it as fizzy or not fizzy as I want.
That's like that sparkling flavored water.
A lot of times it's just like just sparkling water. Like a lot of times it's not even flavored. It's just like Perrier or San Pellegrino, just straight like carbonated water. A lot of the time.
So weird. I think that's weird. Carbonated water is weird.
See, both my wife and I love it, and so like for us, we're buying flats from Costco of like Perrier or San Pellegrino. So having a soda stream now, and we just make it whenever we want it, is like,
like I love pop and soda.
See,
and then it's weird that for whatever reason, drinking soda or fizzy water or whatever,
soda water, yeah,
it's just, for me, it's without the flavor. I'm just like,
yeah, no, I love it.
I know it's strange.
And then what I also like to do is I like to make the fizzy water, and then I take like say cranberry juice, for example, and you do like half cranberry juice and the other half fizzy water, and it's like it's not full cranberry juice, but it's not full fizzy water. It's like this nice kind of it's a little bit fizzy cranberry juice. It's things like that.
I guess speaking in terms of usable gifts, we got a stand-up waffle maker. It was pretty kind of exciting.
That's fun. That's cool. My wife also bought me a new computer chair, which I'm quite liking a lot right now.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
But as a dad, sorry for all you guys out there, you kind of become second fiddle, and the big gifts really kind of disappear. And to be honest, I ended up buying my own real gifts. You got the socks and the underwear. I got a couple shirts and stuff, but it's just like no more real toys for daddy. Santa kind of like forgot about me, so I had to be my own Santa.
I got a little like a micro drone for Christmas, but I haven't had a chance. It was a little bit late. I just got it. I picked it up at work today, so I haven't had a chance to play with it, but I'll report back next week. It should be fun. So fly around the house with it.
I bought my own gifts.
Yeah,
we'll get to that in the free-for-all section. And anyway, let's get into what you've been playing.
Yeah, I played a lot of stuff, but I played a lot of
stuff too.
A lot of it was stuff that I don't necessarily know if anybody needs to hear about. Is the problem?
It's all stuff we've talked about.
Like I know for a fact that you played way too much Destiny 2, and I played way too much Destiny 2.
This is true.
I saw you playing it a lot, and I know I played it a lot.
I may or may not have this week in Destiny. I may or may not have leveled up my Warlock to level 50.
Wow.
And finished off some stuff with my Hunter, and leapfrogged both those characters. The funny thing is I got my Titan to 650. We know that.
Yep.
And I hadn't played my Hunter or Warlock really at all. And then just simply by having my Titan at 650, and you can swap your weapons over to them.
Right.
It drags them forward, kicking and screaming. And literally those guys went from like 500s, low 500s to they're both like 638. 638 now.
Screw you. I played a bunch of Destiny 2.
Don't worry.
And I put enough to 5. I'm not even at 540 yet. It's just God, the grind in that now is bad. Like I went from like
get one guy to 650.
I played. I was at 520 something when I started the break, and now I'm at 537, and it's just like, so slow.
It's a concerted effort. You have to get all those powerful drops every week.
Dude, I went and got a powerful drop, and it was 2 levels below where I was at. I was like, what the fuck?
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's strange. You invert, like my brother-in-law that I play with as well. He has that happen quite a bit too. Like he gets a powerful drop and it's lower.
Yeah, exactly. It was like 2 lower, like 2 below where I was at. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like this is stupid.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's gonna be annoying. Apparently I don't know how much you played it since, was it last week or the week before when they said they patched it to make it
they've added
better for under 600
prime
people.
Drops that are supposed to like be bigger and like, but it's the classic Destiny problem. So like right now, all my weapons are all like 545, 550, but all of my gear, all of my like, you know, pants and helmets and all that shit, that's all like 520 something still. And it's like, and yet every time I seem to get a powerful drop, it's another weapon. It's another, you know, and it's like,
it's in a slot you don't need, so you're not going up.
Or that too. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, so all the shit that I need to like get leveled up now just isn't, I'm not getting drops for any of that. It's all shit that I already, like, it's like, yes, in theory it all helps, but it's like, if you're not having, you know, if everything else, if all my weapons are 550, but yet all my other stuff is like 520, you know, the average of that is going to be 530 something still, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like, So anyways.
Yeah. RNG.
Yeah.
Boo. Yeah, I played way too much of that. But yeah, anyway, moving along. That was it for this week in Destiny. Not to bore you guys too long. But yeah, I got Beat Saber for PSVR. That game's freaking rad.
With your lightsabers.
Dude, that game's rad.
I hear good things.
It's so good.
It's like a music game with lightsabers in VR.
It's like Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
With lightsabers.
Yep.
Or Rock Band would be the easiest thing to compare it to, right?
Yeah, with lightsabers.
But it kind of just feels like you're playing. It's like air drums, Beat Saber. It's air drums with lightsabers.
Right.
Basically, these blocks come down a track. And there's 2 colors, red and blue. You have, according lightsabers, your move ones are colored red and blue. And you have to hit the blocks, or not hit, but like slice the blocks in the appropriate direction with the right colored lightsaber. And it's like in tune to really cool music, and it gets pretty hyped up.
Right.
And basically you're striking horizontally or vertically, up and down, left and right. And then of course there's blocks
crossovers.
That you can hit. Yeah, you do crossovers. There's there's slicing multiple blocks. There's
do you feel like a kung fu master?
There's bombs to avoid. There's walls to kind of dodge. And
so you work up a good sweat is what you're saying.
Yes,
sometimes,
and no. On easy, it's not too difficult. Now it has a campaign mode, it has a party mode, and a free play mode. In the campaign, it starts you off easy, and then now I'm getting into the normal tracks, which is getting a little more difficult.
How many tracks are there in the game?
Not a lot, to be honest. I would say that's the only complaint.
Because I remember there was. If last I remember, there was like in the 20s or something like that, and I remember thinking to myself, like, man, that's not very many songs. But
no, I'd say that's the one drawback of the PSVR version is it's not infinitely hackable like the PC version, where people have every freaking song and people are designing songs for it.
Right.
But they have promised. It came out in December, I believe, right? Early December, I think.
Might have been November.
Yeah, maybe the very end of November. So it hasn't been out very long. And they said they're going to have continual songs
support
added.
And stuff. Yeah.
And I think they even said they were going to be free.
Really?
I know the first song that came out was that K-pop League of Legends song.
Right.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's that one with all the female league characters and that really cool K-pop video. It's a neat song. It's a good song. Anyway,
November 20th on PSVR.
Yeah, it's a really cool game. It's fun. You get grooving. It feels really good, like swiping and slicing the blocks. Visually, it's really neat. Once the music gets bumping and you're moving, yeah, you definitely bust a sweat. Not so much in easy, but as it gets more difficult. I've gotten to the point in normal, like I was playing it sitting down, and I've gotten to the point where you can't play it sitting down, because the problem when you're sitting down is the blocks coming towards you are kind of obscure the blocks behind them. So I was having trouble seeing, like, oh, what is the next, like, am I swiping left or right or up or down?
Right.
They were kind of blocking. It's like, no, you got to stand up. This is like a stand up move game. And I thought I got to a point where, like, oh man, like, you have so many times you could miss, kind of like a Guitar Hero. Right. So many times you can hit the wrong direction or the wrong color. And then, there's fail. You fail, just like in those games, Rock Band and Guitar Hero. And then you got to play it over again. I got to a point where it's like, hey, you got to get a combo of 50.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I was like hitting the wall on this, like, oh man, this is so difficult. And and that's when I was sitting down, and like as soon as I got up, I think I beat it in like 2 attempts.
Oh wow!
But it has definitely been getting more difficult as they layer on different things or make it harder. It's like, oh, you can only miss once on this song.
Jeez.
Or yeah. But it's when it gets going, it's so cool. Like, it's fun and it's awesome, and you're holding these freaking lightsabers in your hands, and the music's bumping. And
can you swirl the lightsabers?
I'm sure you could, but with the PlayStation Move, it would probably like wig out and lose where it was. I don't know.
Oh, has that been a problem, or?
I don't really have issues with my PSVR. The only times I've had issues is playing in the daylight if there's too much sun coming through the back. Like, I have blinds and stuff.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that makes the camera have issues tracking and that I've only had that with the DualShock, with the controller, not with the Move ones or the headset. Just when I'm playing games, like as if I was when I'm playing Astrobot, I had one time I was playing it and it was quite a bit of backlight from outside.
Right.
But normally I play at night and I never have issues. And I actually, because I have the hue lights in my office, I make my room green.
Oh.
I've heard or read on the internet that green light or like green backdrops or whatever for the Move camera, like totally like eliminates like a lot of the tracking and like weird like issues. I don't know if it's true, because I never really had any issues before in my office when I play at night. But
yeah,
I'm like, I'll try this. So I just, I'm like talking to my, my Google Assistant. I don't want to say it to set anyone off. And I'm like, turn office lights green. And then the whole room turns green. I don't know. I'm wearing a headset, so it doesn't bother me. I don't even notice, right?
Yeah.
But if anything that helps, say, why not, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a cool game, man. I highly recommend it if you were on the fence about checking it out, and especially if you liked Guitar Hero and Rock Band, any type of rhythm game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I hear people working out with it on the harder difficulties and stuff. Like I haven't gotten that hardcore. I've definitely been like, hey, I'm taking the sweater off, and it's like,
right, yeah,
you know.
I kind of like if you're a little more out of shape like me, it might get the heart rate going. And
I'm sure, like, I'm only in normal, right? I tried a couple songs on hard, and it's like I failed so hard. I'm like, I'm not ready for that, not yet.
Yeah, I can see that. Fair enough.
But it is pretty cool, man. You kind of feel like a ninja, and you're like rocking out to these.
I remember seeing the first like videos of it online, and I was like, yeah, now I'm gonna feel like a Jedi master.
It does. It feels cool, and you're rocking out to these really cool beats, and some of the songs are really cool.
Right on.
I have a couple favorites already.
Sweet.
It hasn't bothered me that I don't have a bazillion songs to play. So
yeah, no, that's fair. Did they release? I wonder if they released a soundtrack on like Spotify and stuff.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure it's somewhere. And then I also played some Jackbox Party Pack 2. Why 2? Because it was a Humble Bundle game that I had in my Steam collection that I never got around to playing.
Right.
And can't remember who or what. I don't know. It recently got brought to my attention that it's really fun to play in like a party setting.
It's almost like it's called Jackbox
Party
Pack.
Yeah, no doubt, hey? So I played it. I played it at my mother-in-law's at our Christmas dinner.
Okay.
Not at our dinner, but like while we were, they're making food and we had some downtime.
Yeah.
With my niece and brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and I had it on my MacBook. And
is that the one where everybody just like downloads the app or whatever on their phone?
No, there's no download.
Connecting?
You just go to a website,
right,
on your cell phone or tablet, other laptop, anything
cool.
connected to the internet, basically. But
sweet.
They basically say cell phones because who doesn't have a smartphone?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's like jackbox.tv.
Oh.
That's the site you go to, and then you
just
enter
like punch in the code or whatever.
You enter the room name,
yeah,
and then you customize like your avatar name and so forth, and then you just jump in to a collection of different games. Now, Party Pack 2 has one of the games that are in it. Fibbage is one of them, where you like make up like fake answers, and the other person is like supposed to guess like. They get a question, and if you don't know Jack, right?
Yep, long time ago.
And I think most people have it. It's got a narrated like host who's like answering the questions and making fun of the players, and it's quite humorous, right?
Right.
Anyway, it's 5 games. What is it? Fibbage, Quiplash. I don't have the list in front of me, but here we are. Fibbage 2, Earwax, Bidiots, Quiplash XL, and Bombcore.
Okay.
And it is a lot of fun. And it's so easy for people to jump in with their phones and play. Of course, all the fake answers always ends up being some form of penis joke. It's like instead of drawing penises, everyone's making penis answers.
It definitely does seem to somehow descend into that kind of madness.
Yeah, like what really is the Loch Ness Monster? And then it's like a bunch of answers, and then pick between these two answers, and it's like I'm like giant one-eyed trouser snake, and someone else is like giant penis, just like and it's like man, and then you're just laughing because of like all these ridiculous like answers and stuff that people put in. And then there's some games where you actually draw pictures and so forth, which are pretty hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like laughing out loud, like good time. Like I came home and was like very tempted to buy like all of them.
Right.
And it's available in everything. Like it's on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV,
right,
Mac, Windows, PC, Android TV, NVIDIA Shield. Apparently you can even get it on Comcast set-top boxes.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. The Switch version is probably pretty neat, but if you had a dock, it would make it easier. But then again, hauling your dock around is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I found it quite easy with my MacBook. Just open it up. And I will say that MacBook Air has awesome audio. Like, I was impressed. I only had the volume halfway, and it was easy to hear in a big room, and it sounded good.
Right.
They changed the speakers on those. That was one of their big things one of the upgrades on those things.
Right.
Was the audio.
Yeah.
And it was definitely noticeable. Like my old MacBook, we probably would have been like, what?
What are you doing? What was that again?
I highly recommend Jackbox if like for family game night, just buddies coming over if you're into that whole board game kind of thing, because it's so neat and interactive, and at the same time you get everyone involved, and also they're on their phone, but they're not on their phone because they can't be doing other shit. They got to pay attention because that's their game controller.
Yeah.
And it's the games are like quiz games, they're all different, and then the whole playing against each other, making up answers. It was a lot of fun. And laughing out loud, which was like the best part.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
And then quickly I played some more Astrobot.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, which is awesome. PSVR exclusive. I'm in the final leg of that.
Okay. Oh, you're on the, what is that, the fourth world or whatever?
Fifth planet.
Fifth world?
Halfway
or the
through,
fifth planet or whatever. Yeah.
I think one more session I'll have beaten the main campaign
that's cool.
in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Not all the challenge stuff, because there's a lot of challenge
There's
levels.
a lot of challenge stuff.
And then I got Starlink on the Boxing Day deal for like $30 Canadian.
Right.
So like $5 American. Just because I wanted the freaking Star Fox ship. I have not played it with the toys. I have no desire to play it with the toys.
It's I get that though, because like playing with the toys, just I don't know, it just seems like not
the whole
flow
flow of the game down.
Yeah, and it just doesn't, like, I don't know, it just sounds very expensive. Also
you can't really play it with the toys on the Switch in handheld mode. I guess you could.
Yeah.
You can put the Switch on its stand. It is visually quite impressive, the Switch version. The PS4 version is superior, and the Xbox version clearly.
Yeah. That was the only thing. Like I like, as somebody who's played, probably 30 hours or whatever of the Switch version, it's good, but there's definitely, like, at least when I'm playing it on the TV, I'm like, oh, this would probably look a lot better. Like, just smooth out a lot of the jaggies and kind of a little bit smoother gameplay sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a little bit of janks and stuff like that.
I did just launch it on PS4 to compare to, like, kind of. I'm gonna have to run the PS4 version and the Switch one on the different inputs and really compare them.
Yeah.
But to be honest, playing the PS4 version, I know it looks better. But coming from the Switch and then playing the PS4, I honestly wasn't like, oh wow, the Switch is a steaming pile of crap. I'm like,
I didn't think it was either.
I'm like, the Switch is really good. I'm actually kind of more disappointed on how not better the PS4 version looks.
That's fair.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So like immediately I'm like, that made me more impressed with the Switch version. And I will say I do kind of like the whole Star Fox integration. I feel like it's a better story version than the PS4 one, because all the Star Fox stuff is kind of cool.
Right.
And I like the Star Fox ship is really awesome.
Okay.
And for $30, it was a really good freaking deal. I think it was $29 US on, like,
now you can play Star Fox.
Unfortunately, can't import that ship in the PS4 version, but whatever.
I know.
That's it. Steam sale, I didn't buy anything. PlayStation sale, I didn't buy anything. Actually, I did buy an Xbox game.
Wow.
I bought Burnout Remastered.
Burnout Paradise?
Yeah, Burnout Paradise Remastered. Yeah, it was $6.50 Canadian.
Dang.
Which is like, if you live in the US, they're basically paying you to play the game.
Yeah.
Like $1 American.
Yeah, that is really good.
I couldn't say no. I think that's still going on, actually. So 4K 60 FPS. That's a classic, because I went back and played the back compat version. I think that was a few months ago. I think I even talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, awesome game, but visually I'm like, I remember this looking way better.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever actually going to play it, but for $6.50, why the hell not?
It's worth it, right?
Yeah. I was hoping for, like, some other stuff to go on sale on the PlayStation holiday sale, which is actually still going on.
Yes.
For a whole other week.
Is it actually a whole nother week?
Yeah. Really? Until the 8th.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Yeah, I'm on the store right now.
Okay. Well, that's actually exciting, because I totally thought that...
Oh, yeah, Moss is on sale again.
You should buy that.
I should buy it.
You should.
Now that I've almost finished Astrobot.
Yeah, man. Can't believe you still haven't played it.
I have played it. I played the demo, but not the full game. I think I might have to buy that. I have some credit on my PSN account.
There you go.
So Dane,
yo,
you played some new old stuff in Dane fashion.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what's funny is it's like, and I don't know, this I feel like the same thing happened to me last year at this time when I was like playing games and I've got some time off and stuff, and I was sitting in front of a computer and I'm like, my computer, and I'm like, oh, this is, like let's play some stuff. And then you know what ends up happening is it's the Christmas season. So first of all, I like log into a bunch of stuff because everybody's giving away free shit at Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I'll log into Smite and I'll get like some free Christmas skins and shit. But then of course,
log into Overwatch and got some free stuff.
Totally.
Actually got 2 legendary skins out of those free boxes.
So did I.
But I did not play any Overwatch.
Exactly. You logged in, you played some Overwatch, and then you got out, right?
Open the boxes. I will say, man, Blizzard is so good at loot box opening animations.
I agree. One thing that I did find kind of interesting this year, and I know, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we talked about the Heroes of the Storm stuff, right? Where they're kind of moving, it's looking like they're moving away from kind of like competitive Heroes of the Storm is kind of, they're not really supporting it anymore, and so on and so forth. This year, I jumped on the Blizzard store to see like what they were selling, right? And there was virtually nothing for sale for Heroes of the Storm. Like, it was weird. It was kind of like they are doing an event for Heroes of the Storm right now. You know, play a shitload of the game and, you know, get some in-game stuff. But like, it felt very scaled back, like very like they were, which was kind of interesting. But no, like, so I jumped into Smite, and of course, like, they were like, oh, you know, play a game and get a free skin, and play a game and get this, and so of course that totally sucked me into playing a few games of Smite, which then you can't ever just jump in and play a few games of Smite. You got to jump in, and like they've added so many new characters now, and so then I was like jumping in. Like, the one thing that I think Smite does super well that no other MOBA has done yet, except for Heroes of the Storm, for me at least, is I can jump into Smite and I can play a joust match, which is 3-on-3. It's single lane with jungle on the outside. There's like a what they call like essentially a Gold Fury and a Fire Giant in the like little map. But instead of having like the full 3 lanes and 5-on-5 and like the super complex full game that can take anywhere between like 20 minutes or an hour, and a lot of times in my experience it takes closer to 40 minutes to play a full match, you jump in and you play a game of Joust, which is like usually in my experience between 12 and 20 minutes. And because it's 3-on-3, it's like you jump in there. If you choose poorly and your team is just getting rocked, you jump, like, you know, you surrender, whatever, that map's over, and then you can jump into another one. So instead of being stuck in these matches for hours on end, it's such a great way to jump in, play with new characters, mess around with new stuff. Is it just like a
holiday mode, or
no? It's there all the time.
Because you've talked about this mode before.
Totally, like, because before when I got into Smite, I played a shitload of like the full-on proper 5v5 game, and it's just funny because now I find when I jump into Smite, I end up playing Joust a lot more because it's that quicker 3-on-3. I don't feel like I'm stuck in a match for an hour. You know, it feels so nice to just jump in. It's like, oh, 3-on-3. You know, you're still getting that experience of like, you can still get ganked from the jungle. You're still playing like, you know what I mean? But it's a little bit faster, and I don't know, I really like it. I really, really like it, which of course then ignited that whole thing, and I played way too much Smite. They've added a shitload of characters in that game. I think they're close to 100 characters now in Smite, which is kind of ridiculous. So I like to jump back in and check in on that. It's great. I keep playing it. One other thing I will mention about Smite before we move off is every January up to now, they have done the World Series, like the second weekend in January. That has been the Smite World Championship that happens, and it's one of the few esports events that I actually enjoy watching. So this year, I went and I logged in. I was like, oh, I can't remember if it's the first weekend or the second weekend in January, but I need to find out so I can, like, you know, make sure I watch. They changed the date this year, and they did it earlier. It's already over. They did it in November. And I was like, oh.
You were watching Smite in November, weren't you?
Like a little bit here and there. I didn't realize it was like the full freaking, like, yeah, anyways, so I was pretty disappointed in that. That goes to show how much of a like terrible esports watcher I am, but yeah, so I played that.
Events, man, it's hard.
I know.
Too many games, man.
So I dabbled in some of that. I dabbled in a bunch of the... They dropped the great big update for Warframe that opened up the second area, which was like the huge open space. I think they did a way better job releasing this one than they did on the first one. So they released one like a year or so ago called The Plains of Eidolon, and it was kind of more Destiny-esque, where you go in and it's like this great big huge open world. You can run around, do missions in it. It felt a lot more like kind of like a Destiny map. So they released a second one of those. Of course, my mind is completely like blanking on what it's called right now. But that came out like about a month ago. So there's like a whole storyline quest to like go there, get in there. And when you do the quest to completion, you get essentially like, it's crazy. It's like a hoverboard. And your character, you're a fucking space ninja on a hoverboard, and you're cruising around and you're using this hoverboard. You can actually like jump off shit, do flips and like tricks, and you get like XP points for like doing jumps and stuff like that. It's a quicker way to like get around in the map, because there's not really like a fast travel inside the actual areas. So that was cool. I jumped in there. I checked that out.
That game's on my games as a service pile of shame.
It's
like I want to play more.
It's like that game that like I jumped on because I was like, oh, I'll make sure that I like grab the Christmas shit that's going on. Yes. And then of course I totally got sucked into playing it, and I played, I don't know, I must have played that one day. I probably played 5 or 6 hours of it.
I don't think I have it installed on my machine after my whole hard drive kerfuffle. So I went down the Warframe hole, checked out a bunch of the new content, started building a bunch of new Warframes and stuff. That game's real good and free, so if you own a PC or you own a PlayStation 4 or own an Xbox One, you should totally like give that game a shot, because it's hella fun. So those are kind of the games that I was already sort of, those are just old games that I was playing. With the free DLC.
Totally, man. And I think those are only the ones that I'm even going to mention here. There's a bunch of other ones that I totally played, but those are the ones that kind of actually had some stuff and reasons to kind of jump in. As we already talked about, I played a bunch of Heroes of the Storm, which is kind of a bummer, because like that's such a great game.
It is a great game.
I really like enjoy jumping in there. It's a little bit like a palate cleanser for me. I jump in there, I play it. I usually just play like with a team versus an AI team, so I'm not like dealing with like crazy people freaking out at me, but like it's just a fun sort of like get in there, play something, play some new characters, and then just get out. I know that the match isn't going to take super long. It's just nice. So I got sent Just Cause 4 for the PC, which was super cool. So I installed that. I'm really disappointed in that game. I feel like I need to give it a second shot. Like, I installed it, I jumped in, I played the first like couple hours, kind of got a bit more to a point where like there's the kind of the hand holding near the beginning of the game, and then it kind of opens up a little bit, sort of like, okay, well, here you go, now it's kind of up to you to kind of figure out your own,
have at her, have fun.
Yeah.
That's like where I played up to.
Now you're
playing on PC.
I am playing it on PC.
See, I wish I was playing on PC.
It runs fine, it runs great. It does not look great. Like that, like I feel like that game, I don't know, it doesn't look, it looks like a 2 or 3 year old game, kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not very pretty. The controls are real weird. I get why, because it's kind of that Just Cause thing where you've got a lot of different things going on. But I'm finding that you spend a lot of time in menus in that game setting things up, which I'm not a big fan of. I almost feel like they've overly complicated the systems. Like, I get like there's the whole attach balloons to shit, and then the balloons will do different things. And like, I think if you're the type of person where you really want to like set some weird crazy shit up where you want to put balloons on it, and then you want to put rockets on it, and you're going to shoot things and they're gonna fly over there and
Chaos Simulator.
Yeah,
2018.
I get why those are there, but the system to play with all of that, I feel like is really clunky to the point where I don't
with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's weird. It must be weird with keyboard and mouse.
I played with a controller as well, though, and I didn't find that it was that much better.
No,
I still felt like you're going into a lot of menus to like set things and change it.
Yeah, like programming the actions for the tethers.
And it's like I understand why they're like that, but at the same time, it I don't know. It feels needlessly complex somehow, and I don't know. So I kind of felt like I was fighting that. I don't know. It was bad because like I had to quit and go do some pre-Christmas or something stuff and
adulting.
Yeah, I had to go exactly. And I came back and I didn't really have a desire to keep playing it, which is bad because like
it's usually the death knell.
That's usually a really bad sign where it's like I don't know if I'm gonna play this anymore. It's still installed. So I might give it another shot. I don't know. It was kind of between the way it looked and just the complexity like of the control. Like I don't know. It didn't feel great. Like I don't know how to explain it. I'll probably give it another shot. And
I had fun with the little bit I played, but yeah, I don't.
There was just something missing. I don't know, and maybe the problem is like back when I played a ton of Just Cause 2, there wasn't a lot of games like that. And now with all of the games that are out there that are good open world games, you've got your Ghost Recon Wildlands and you've got your Assassin's Creed Odysseys and these types of things. Just Cause, you notice the jank, you notice that weirdness a bit more, and I feel like you can't really. It doesn't get a pass anymore because at the time, like I said, with 1 and 2, that I'm sure that stuff was probably still there, at least a bit, but it kind of got a bit of a pass because there wasn't really anything else like it, and now it's that doesn't allow it to ride anymore.
Didn't add enough to it for you.
Yeah. Well, so like I said, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll play another session and it'll kind of win my heart over a little bit like Darksiders 3 did. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I meant to play a lot more stuff myself, and obviously I kept getting sucked in the stupid Destiny hole.
And then Street Fighter 5, man.
Yeah, you're on the Discord. Yeah, you're on the Discord going like, I'm in the mood for a fighting game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just every once in a while you get in the mood for something, and for whatever reason I was like, man, I haven't played a fighting game in a while, and like I just really feel like something. And then of course the Steam sale was happening, so that was helpful for my.
How much was it?
$22. That was the arcade version, so that came with Street Fighter 5 and the first 2 seasons of DLC characters. Whoa. So I got like 6 or 7 extra characters. I can't remember. It only doesn't include the 3rd season, so the newest ones that they just announced.
That's all right. I can't remember. I can't remember the whole. No, Street Fighter 5 came out retail, and then the arcade edition was a free update. But then it's like...
That sounds right.
Yeah, but
and then it has like the story mode.
I didn't get any of the Season 2 characters. I have to unlock them through buying them or through grinding till my eyes bleed.
Yeah.
Not my fight money!
So far I've been playing the character stories. Just going through and like playing all the different character stories. And then I started... I didn't realize, man, the story mode in that game, how fucking clunky. So get this. So on PC,
there was a story mode when it first came out.
Totally. So on PC, this is how this works. So you buy the game, you download it, you jump in the game,
and then you download story mode.
You see story mode. It's there. You go to click on it, and it's grayed out. You can't select it. It's not there.
You have to go somewhere else to download it.
So you're like, what the hell? So no, it gets better. Don't worry. So then you go onto the Steam page. and you see there's like a specific thing that's like called the story mode, whatever the fuck it's called. So you click on the Street Fighter and it shows you like all the different DLC crap that you can find, and under there is like the story thing. So you click on download. So you click on the page, it takes you to like the store page or whatever, and then you click on download. So then what does that do? It opens Street Fighter 5. It opens the game, and the story mode is still grayed out.
I remember this being a huge pain in the ass when I was like, had to download it for the PS4.
So I was scratching my head, and I was like, what the fuck? So I closed the game, and I clicked download again, and it did the same thing. It opened the game, but didn't download anything. So I'm like...
Yeah, I swear that's
so I literally
the exact same
had
thing it did on PS4 when they launched that story mode.
So I had to fucking Google it. Turns out, when you click on the download button in Steam, it adds it under the DLC packs. But for whatever reason, when you do that, it opens the game. So then you need to close the game.
And go into your add-on content.
Go into your add-on content and check the little checkbox that tells it to download that content. Which, by the way, is like 10 gigs worth of content that you need to download.
Yeah, I remember on the PS4, it was the same thing. Kept launching this game, grayed out, launching it, rebooting. It's your game's up to date. And I'm like, hey, why does this effing work? And then I had to do the same thing. I had to look it up. And I think it was on Reddit or somewhere. It's like, no, you got to go to the store, find the story mode, download it from the PSN store. And it's like,
but so
I did the exact same thing. Launched the game multiple times.
I could not believe like that. I was just like, this is the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was just grayed out. It didn't say like, there wasn't like a little thing that said like, if grayed out, like add you, like make sure to get it on Steam or something. And that was the other thing, is that when I went to the store in the game, I could see story mode. It would pop up the Steam page, and I could see that I was logged in. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll just download it. So then I download it, and it would ask me if I was logged into Steam or if I wanted to download Steam. And I was like, I felt like I was taking crazy pills. I was like, what the fuck is this? So, anyways, I did get it downloaded. I'm about halfway through the story now. Yeah. It's real bad.
Oh yeah, it's totally super bad.
I will say though, as much as like you and I have talked about Street Fighter V over the last year, and all the stupid things that they've done on that, they've released Kage as a character, who's essentially just
we talked a lot of shit about Street Fighter over last year.
The one thing I will say is that game plays phenomenally. That is such a good fighting game. Like from an actual fighting game. Like I've just been playing the AI. I've just been going through stories and just playing. But the way that game plays, the fluidity and like just the way that game flows and the feel and like, fuck, it's good. Like it plays good.
You're playing with keyboard and mouse, right?
No.
But you're playing on PC though.
I know. Which, by the way,
I'm just breaking your balls.
Looks so good.
Yeah, that game looks great.
Everything cranked up. It looks, and it plays full 60 all the time. Never drops. It's
that game looked awesome on PS4 as well. I was gonna say fighting. Yeah, it's $20 on. I'm looking in the sale here. It just happened to be on this. There's so many games on sale on PSN right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, costumes are goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to use that fight money
just for the Season 2 character pass right now on PSN.
So there you go. Street Fighter 2 Arcade or Street Fighter 5 Arcade. I got Season 1 and 2 DLC character passes.
Yeah, Season 1 is $13.50. Man, what a freaking bunch of thieves.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's an awesome game. That's what I said when I got it and played it. I haven't touched it in so long. I beat the story mode. I remember that much. But like I said back then, it's like it was missing features and a bunch of other stuff. But
totally,
the fighting Street Fighter V, the core game competencies were just amazing.
Yeah,
it's an awesome Street Fighter game.
Exactly.
It's just all the screw ups on the outside and the edges, like missing features and stupid fight money grinding.
Well, I won't lie. We were just talking about the stuff on the You were talking about some of the
We have
the
a
DLC
story
and
in
stuff
our
like
news
that.
section about Street Fighter, to be honest.
And I'm literally looking right now on Steam, and I'm like, I've got the Season 2, Season 1 character passes, and of course the cinematic story expansion, Street Fighter V, A Shadow Falls. That's the story mode, by the way.
Yeah.
And then there's... So, for example, Season 3 character pass is currently on sale, and it's $26. So then they're also selling the Street Fighter V 2016 Holiday Pack.
Yeah.
That's $6.50. The Street Fighter V Original Character Battle Costume 1 Pack. That's $12. And that's 70% off right now on
much
Steam.
more expensive on the PlayStation Store. They're not on sale on PSN for whatever reason, but they came up in the sale section. That's weird.
So and then there's the 2016 Summer Costume Bundle. That's another $7.50, and that's 50% off. Like, and it just, as I go down this list, there is just like $8,
so much
$12, $10. Like, you could drop
skins,
literally hundreds of dollars on this game.
So,
it's crazy.
That's why I'm going to bring in this story from the news, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago. People were pissed because they put ads in the game, right? Everyone was up in arms. Like, this is bullshit. These ads are stupid. They take away from just... Like, I don't want to see stupid ads on my characters' outfits and shit. It's one thing to be, like, in the in-game world, billboards and stuff in the background, but, like, so distracting, these ugly ads on characters.
Right.
On their skins and their outfits and stuff.
To be fair, you can turn off.
Yeah, you can turn off, but the thing is having them on gave you the better fight money earning ratio.
You get extra... Yeah, you get extra
which
fight
people
money.
were all also pissed off about because that was the ratio the game launched at before they nerfed it and made it terrible. And anyway, of all the noise and everyone upset, basically they've removed them right now. So,
oh jeez,
and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we did this kind of wrong." And anyway, they're looking at ways to improve them.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I the way that this game plays is so good, but the way that they're handling the way that the fight money and the DLC stuff, it's a shame because like I didn't play as much Street Fighter 4 as I'm sure you did. Mm-hmm. But like I played a fair amount of Street Fighter 4, and that was a great Street Fighter game. Mm-hmm. And I still think I like the art style a little bit better of Street Fighter 4. Like, I like the way Street Fighter 5 plays and the way it looks. It's like, it's a pretty game, but I'm not super sold on the...
Like they're...
it's a little bit of a different style, but...
Like they're very similar.
It is similar, but anyways. But, like, I feel like this had the potential to be so good, and I've just felt like they've really bungled it every time I turn around. They're just nostalgia costume bundle, $27.
It's
what the fuck?
Capcom's
school costume bundle, $20.
Capcom's pretty good at
work costume bundle, $20. There's a stage bundle, seasons 1 through 3, that includes 15 additional stages, $27. Like, it's that kind of stuff that it makes people feel like you're nickel and diming them. Because, guess what?
The thing
you
is,
are.
They are.
Yeah, it's not like those stages are 50 cents each or 25 cents each or even $1 a piece. They're... Yeah. Oh.
I don't think I've spent any of the fight money I've ever earned, and I might have enough for 2 characters.
So, that's interesting that you mentioned that. I've played through a bunch of the character story missions, and I'm halfway through the actual story mode in the game. And I had enough I actually just unlocked, I think, Blanca from playing with fight money. So he was like 100,000 fight money or whatever
like
in game.
So I have enough for like 2 characters. It's like, ugh.
And so, and I use it because, like I said, I had all the other characters up until this newest season 3 character pass.
It's so discouraging. Like, and you get like nothing. Like, you get like single digits amount of fight money. It's like I feel like you play like.
Did you play the Like the character story missions, like each one of them has like their own little.
You get like that's the best way to get fight money.
Yeah, like for me, I was getting like 8,000 for
but then
like
once
completing
them,
each one of those. That's it, right?
Yeah, you can't play them again.
Yeah.
So it's like that runs out, and that's where they're semi-generous, and they've apparently nerfed those too. You used to get way more.
Oh.
Excuse me.
That's shitty.
Yeah, that's why people are so upset.
Yeah, no,
Thanks,
it sucks.
Capcom.
It's like, and it sucks because, like I said, the fighting in the game is great. Like,
yeah, the fighting's awesome. It's an awesome fighting game.
Yeah, and it's just a shame that they're doing that. So
well, at least you got everything for $20. Now I feel like a dummy.
I mean, we were talking about this before, and they announced the whole like arcade version. I was like, oh man, no, I'm kind of interested.
Well, they made it sound awesome. It's like, oh, free upgrade, and you can unlock everything. And it's like, yeah, if you freaking make Street Fighter V a full-time job.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing. It's like, some people get it so right, and other people get it so freaking wrong.
Yeah, they just,
and it's just like, because it's a niche game, like the audience is pissed off. Like, no one's happy with Street Fighter V. Like, in terms of that stuff, they're happy with the game and the gameplay, but they're not happy with the skins and the nickel and diming and the fight money, unlocks and stuff. But it's like, it's a niche market, right? Like, there's not that many players, so it doesn't get the same attention like a Starfront 2 loot box fiasco did, right?
Right.
But like, it's not.
There's so many more people playing those.
But it's honestly not much better. It's like,
yeah.
But the thing is, at least it's still a good game, whereas Battlefront,
not great.
Anyway, Dane, moving along.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news and stuff. The news. I think this happened. Did this happen after? This happened after we recorded. Yeah. Darksiders 3 issued a patch to change the combat to make it more like previous Darksider games.
Yep.
You didn't have a chance to play that, did you? Or try it? I didn't. I saw it and I'm like, I don't care. Because the last time
I was a little bit bummed out because to my knowledge, it only works if you start over.
Oh, what?
Like, so if you start like a new game, I believe I haven't, to be totally honest, and I could be wrong.
Well, it says here now when you load a save or start a new game, you'll pick from default or classic combat.
Okay. So to be fair, I haven't loaded a save since they did this. Because initially when they were talking about it, they made it sound like when you start a new game, you would be able to choose that. But it sounded like your existing, you wouldn't be able to just change that on the fly. And I was like, well, I don't want to start a new game. I'm already however many hours in, and so yeah, it sounds like the new combat, like, for one, they've changed some checkpoints to make them not suck so much, and two, they've added more of the classic combat, because currently it's the Dark Souls thing where when you commit to an attack, you have to like wait for that animation to go all the way through before you can cancel it. So that can suck sometimes, especially in this game. And it also changed up the windows for the dodges. So apparently it feels better.
Apparently they added more checkpoints too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Sorry.
So yeah, I haven't had a chance to mess with that yet. That was one of those games that I kept looking at, and I was like, "Oh,
you gotta get on it. You're almost done. What the hell?"
I know.
I don't think I'm going to end up getting back to it.
I actually think I probably will finish that stupid game.
You got far enough. You better. I won't. I didn't get far enough.
Yeah.
And to be honest, man, in a couple weeks here, we're going to have Resident Evil 2, Ace Combat 7, which I'm probably going to pick up because in VR.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we're going to be in freaking Anthem territory and Division 2, and it's like, oh man.
And Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 5. Forgot about that too. Jesus, man. Too many freaking games.
It's great because I already own that one.
Yeah, so you're lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to buy that one.
Resident Evil 2
Resident Evil 2 I will pick up.
already got that.
I don't know where I'm going to pick it up, though.
I'll pick it up from the AMD guys.
Yeah, you'll be playing it on PC.
Yes, I will.
I'll probably get it.
Definitely.
Is it on Xbox or is it on PlayStation only? No, it's on everything, isn't it?
I'm actually not sure.
I'll probably get it on Xbox.
For the One X?
Yeah, for the superior console version, because those aren't the kind of games I play on console or on PC, so...
Me neither, but hey, if it's on my PC, then I know that I don't need the TV, so...
You already got it for free, so your decision's made.
Oh yeah, there's that too. I don't know if it... Yeah, free is maybe a...
So Atlus in Japan, the story comes via IGN. I should start doing that, shouting out where we get these stories from.
It's probably a good idea.
Atlus had a stream in Japan where they teased Persona 5 R.
Right.
And in typical annoying Japanese teasing announcements, it's a tease of an announcement of an announcement.
So it's a teaser for an upcoming announcement.
Yeah. Here's a Persona 5 R and more news in March 2019. Like, fuck off. Sorry. I had to drop an F-bomb on that one. I hate announcements of announcements. Just announce the goddamn thing. Like, this is the stupidest thing in the world. And to be honest, I think Japanese devs are more guilty of this, or publishers are more guilty than anyone on this. Like the Kingdom Hearts, like, let's not even go there.
Oh, jeez.
Announcements of announcements. We're going to announce...
Of announcements?
An announcement of an announcement. It's like, seriously, they'll have like, come back in March. Oh, yeah. In a new trailer in June. And it's like, well, why don't you just have, hey, there's a new trailer coming. The first announcement be what's coming. Like, it's... Anyways,
you'd think.
There was a bunch of news stories prior to this stupid tease of a bunch of websites that were like registered, that were all like Persona and some sort of letter, and people have been... The gist is in March we're going to have some new information about, I don't know what version of Persona 5. It's on... They did say PS4, but people are like freaking out thinking that they'll finally announce a Switch version of it.
Oh, okay.
I forgot Persona 5 came out on PlayStation 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
You're
that
like,
as well.
You look like your brain broke there for a second. They didn't
I forgot that it came out on both.
Yeah,
that was the thing. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it came out on both.
They didn't sell many on PS3, clearly, because I think PS4 is full steam when that happened. But I don't know. This is not unlike Atlus. They usually release like beefed up versions with more content, more dungeons, fixing stuff, adding stuff. Like they've done it for Persona 3, and then of course Persona 4 Golden, which is the Vita souped up version of Persona 4.
Right.
So I imagine this is like the Persona 5 Golden version. Persona 5 R. And then there has to be a Switch version. At this point, like, I think I was on the last dungeon of that game, but I don't think I can go back and finish it now, knowing that there's going to be a different version. And if it comes out on Switch, I might just play it again and beat it on Switch. And again, it's kind of dumb. I probably should just finish it because I am at the end.
I'm still surprised you haven't, but...
No, I got to the last dungeon. I was really far. I was, 100 hours? Like, super over power leveled?
Something like that, yeah.
Moving along. Speaking of Japanese devs, From Software is working on 2 unannounced projects. I wonder what they could be. If you're
Bloodborne 2 and a new Souls game?
Seems pretty obvious if you're not aware. From Software is the developer of Bloodborne and the Dark Souls games. Anyway, again, this is another freaking teaser thing. Like, hey, we're working on 2 things. Announcement.
Well, and they're also working on
announcement.
Sakurai Shadows Die Twice, right? So that's coming out this year.
Yeah, and that looks pretty freaking rad.
That's in March too.
Yeah, that looks awesome. clearly
gonna be another game
It's
in the
going to be a
middle.
Bloodborne 2. Now the other one could be something new, because I think they said I think they said they were kind of done with Dark Souls, at least for the immediate future.
I wonder if their publisher is done with Dark Souls, or if they're going to.
I don't. Clearly not. They just released like the remaster, and then they released like the trilogy remaster bullshit. So they're going to milk that
Switch version.
They're going to milk that cow for as long as they can.
Yeah, that's true.
But it'd be cool if it was a new IP. To be honest, I'm not going to be upset if it's another Dark Souls game.
Did you finish Dark Souls 3?
No, I got far. I know I'm over halfway because I had a checklist of how far I got.
Okay.
Another pile of shame game. I blame Destiny. It's all Destiny's fault. Now, I'm not going to talk about this next story too much. It's going to be in the show notes.
IGN has got a giant list of every game with a confirmed 2019 release date.
Mm-hmm. There's like 48 games. Now, of varying
like
quality.
Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe. Man.
Yeah, that's like next week. Next Friday.
They're really milking that game.
Yeah, it's another Wii.
It's a 3DS game that then was a Wii U game, which is now a Switch game.
This was just a Wii U game, but it's in the vein of the new Super Mario Brothers games, which started on 3DS. So, you're not wrong there. No, it started on Wii.
Right.
New Super Mario Brothers, and then there was New Super Mario Brothers 2 on 3DS, and then New Super Mario Brothers Wii U. Or U. It wasn't U. I think it was just Wii U on the Wii U. And then now this is the deluxe version, which comes with the Luigi content too.
Right.
Which was like a whole like campaign centered around Luigi. And this is the one with the Toadette, which created the whole Bowsette and Boozette thing on the internet.
Right.
Nonsense. That's a really good Mario game. It's a good 2D platforming Mario game.
Yeah, no, it's
into that.
fine. I have it on Wii U.
Yeah, I have it on Wii U as well. My stupid Wii U that's in the other room, sitting there.
God Eater 3.
Another 3DS game. Man, could they just kill the 3DS already?
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
New expansion for Civ 6, Far Cry New Dawn. Shit, I forgot Crackdown 3 comes out in February as well.
I was going to say, I forgot about Kingdom Hearts 3, but how could I forget about Kingdom Hearts 3? It's been in our goddamn face every other week with some nonsense.
Jump Force coming out in February. Dead or Alive 6 comes out in February. Anthem comes out in February.
Far Cry New Dawn comes out in February.
Oh my gosh.
Metro comes out in February. Jump Force. Not that anyone cares about that.
No.
Anthem.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, anyway. The whole point I put the story in here, brought it up, is check it out. It's in the show notes. There's a link, or whatever. Look it up if you were wondering what's coming out, because there's no shortage of games coming out. I thought we were going to be going into a little bit of a lull here, but there is no lull. I think we got a week, and then we're back at it.
Devil May Cry 5 is in March.
Yes, for some reason I thought that was in January.
So did I. I don't know why.
Because Resident Evil's in January.
Division 2, March.
Okay, stop it.
The beginning of this year is going to be so busy. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is the end of March. New Shovel Knight expansion. You're going to be pretty excited about that. Oh, yeah,
the final one.
Comes out in April.
I'm pretty excited for that. I was
Mortal
wondering...
Kombat 11. Jeez.
I was wondering whether this next story is even worth talking about.
Hold on. Let me see here.
It's the Dragon Quest XI on Switch.
Oh, hey guys. Dragon Quest XI is coming to Switch.
In 2019.
Sometime.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Done. I don't have anything to add. I think we knew that, but now it's like official. Or maybe it wasn't. No, maybe they never. Maybe it was just the 3DS version that was in Japan, but now they're going to do it on Switch.
I don't know.
That'd be a really awesome Switch game. Just saying. PlayStation news. Now this one got everyone's feathers in a kerfuffle.
I don't know why.
This brought out the beauty of the internet and the vocal minority and douchebags bothering devs. So Spider-Man PS4 got the Raimi suit for free. Dropped like
so that's the suit
from the trilogy,
from the
original.
Tobey Maguire trilogy back in the early 2000s. So it would have been like 2002, 2004, 2007 or whatever it was.
So ever since suits were announced for this game, people were bugging Insomniac. Raimi suit, Raimi suit, Raimi suit, Raimi suit, Raimi suit. And just they're like, yeah, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you. Whatever. With no acknowledgement of a yes or a no or this and that. So people were being patient. Douchebags were being patient. DLC 1 came out, it didn't come. DLC 2 came, it didn't come. DLC 3 didn't come. Then the death threats and the F you Insomniac and I'm going to kill your family and all this effing nonsense was thrown at Insomniac's game. The studio that should be celebrating this amazing game that they just made with all this awesome praise. Like, I loved it. I gave it 10. You know, we don't do reviews, but I reviewed it and gave it a 10. One of the funnest games I played all year. Actually, one of the funnest games I played in a long time that I just was smiling the entire time.
Yeah.
Best comic book video game, period. And, you know, then this, like, minority of people are just, like, not happy. It's not enough. It's not enough. They're angry. They're just whatever. The game's shit. No Raimi suit. F you guys. You should all die in a fire. Like, nonsense.
Yeah, the internet can be a beautiful bad place.
And then they release it. And then, of course, that vocal minority is like, yeah, we won. We got what we wanted. And it's like, that's not what happened. It's like, they clearly were working on this. They were clearly going to save it for a holiday gift, which they did. But then you assholes kind of soured the whole thing.
Ugh.
Like, obviously, everyone's already forgotten about it now. It's all totally blown over. We didn't record, so it was in the middle of the heat of it. It's just like, man, fuck people who get bent out of shape about games not having stuff or doing stuff for them or not having their costume or their character or this or that. It's like, enjoy the game for what it is. Be happy. Enjoy it. Maybe share some positivity. Like, no one needs to hear this bullshit or be threatened over stuff. Like, it's just, that's when you, honestly, if you're doing that crap, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I have a problem. I play too much Destiny. I collect amiibo. I have problems.
Yes, you do.
But you don't see me on the internet going, fuck you, Nintendo, you don't have a amiibo for, I don't know.
Excitebike? Excitebike?
Damn it. It doesn't matter. I just love how you said Excitebike. Jesus Christ.
Excitebike.
But you know what I mean? I don't threaten them. I don't care. Because I've got 100 other amiibos of all the stuff I love still. That I don't need
shit because they're fucking amiibos.
I know, but I'm just giving you an example.
Stupid.
I don't need to be mad at them about the one that doesn't exist. I've got the beautiful thing of all the other pieces, right? Or the amazing game, or the, you know, everything that. It's just, people are stupid. I was reading comments on, like, this brings me back to the stupidity of the internet. I was reading comments like, people are like, you know, God of War's been getting a lot of Game of the Years everywhere, right?
Because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's an amazing game. You know how I feel about it. You know, spoiler alert, I'm not going to be surprised if it's my Game of the Year, right? And I've even said that already.
Right.
It's that good. But I was reading comments on, I swear, was it IGN? And someone's like,
did your mother not teach you anything? Don't read the comments.
I read the comments, and people are like, man, game's shit. You only use 2 buttons. My brain rolled. Like, my eyes rolled and my brain rolled in my skull. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you that much of a human piece of shit that you reduce a game to say it? The combat system in that game is super deep. And there's so many levels. And you saying a stupid comment like that just highlights to me that you're a shitty gamer, like, player. Like, if that's all you could deduce from that playing that game, and you say it's shit because it uses 2 buttons, it's like, wow.
You're assuming they've even played the game, though.
That's true. They may not have even played the game.
There's a lot of people that are just trolls, like, and they're like, oh, I watched the streamer and he said that you only use 2 buttons, and
it's like, what? Like, what's wrong with these people? It's like the same people that are still mad about Sony removing Linux support in PS3. What? Like,
didn't they do that in PS4?
no, that was
too?
PS3. PS4 never had Linux support. Remember, PS3 had to add other OS.
Oh yeah,
support?
no, I remember that.
And then
I really remember that.
resulted in the whole Sony PSN being hacked.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, for some reason I thought PS4 maybe even. Yeah,
No.
you're right. Never mind.
Anyway, I just think it's ridiculous that people get so hell bent out of stuff like this, as opposed to being happy with what they got. They're never happy. These people, like, I don't
People
think
never happy.
I don't think I know any people. I think I might know one person that is like
Happy?
no, that is
sorry.
the walking epitome of like he's a living forum comment. he's always the negative.
Right.
He's not someone that I have to deal with. He's not like a friend of mine.
It's an acquaintance.
It's just this random. Every time I talk to this person, he is that negative comment on the comment board about any current video gaming topic. He just sides with that like negative side every time.
I know a couple people like that.
Like, are you like?
I'm like, oh hey man, are you gonna get this game? And they're like, no, I heard the blah 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 blah.
Like, do they even have an opinion of their own, or are they just latching onto this negativity because that's what they associate because they just hate everything in life and are not happy in life?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird. I just think it's weird. Anyway, the Raimi suits the Spider-Man. And a bunch of shitheads almost kind of ruined it.
It's there now, and it looks great, too, by the way.
And then it's like,
I think
you know, you can't do, like, if it was me, I was Insomniac, and you pulled that shit on me, I'd be like, hey, look, we have the Raimi suit. You're not getting it. Because of these assholes over here.
Ooh.
But then you don't win doing that either.
No. Because then everybody gets butthurt.
But that's what I would do. Like, F these guys. Or somehow if I could find out their PSN IDs and block it so their PS4s can't download it. And everyone else gets it.
If only the world worked like that.
Yeah. Seriously, I think you need to register for an internet ID. And then people wouldn't pull this bullshit if you're accountable for any of the shit these assholes do. Moving along. Public service announcements.
Mm-hmm.
New games for Gold were announced for January. We're in January. They're available now.
Celeste.
You've probably already downloaded. Yeah, amazing game. On Xbox.
So Celeste from January 1st to the end of the month. WRC 2 or 6, sorry, so World Rally Championship 6 for the Xbox One is going to be free starting January 16th to February 15th. That's pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. Really like fairly new racing game. And Lara Croft and what is that one called?
Guardian of Light. I never played them, but I heard good things about those games.
So that's going to be back compat on Xbox One starting January 1st through to the 15th. And then Far Cry 2 is back compat for Xbox One and obviously 360 starting on the 16th running to the end of the month. So
not a bad lineup.
Yeah.
Celeste is really good. I played on Switch. I really liked it. You guys all heard my thoughts on that game at the start of the year.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, do. Awesome music, awesome game, awesome platformer.
Mm-hmm. Word.
I take the piss out of Xbox quite a bit, so I'll take a chance to take the piss out of them right now. Doing this 1 week, 2 week, or available in the second half of the month thing is so dumb. Just have them all available now. Like, really?
Yeah, because then you forget about it.
It's so stupid.
I can't disagree with that because there's been a few times where I've definitely been like, oh, I'll grab that, and then I forget about it. Oh shit!
When I logged into my PSN looking at that sale, because we just happened to be talking about the holiday sale,
right?
My cart was full of all the PSN games from last month. I never checked out. I was like, God damn it! There's some decent ones in there too. Not that I would ever play them. They just keep going into my invisible pile of shame of the hundreds of PSN and Gold games I've had over the years that will never ever get played. PlayStation Plus free games for January. Zone of the Enders let's back up. Steep on PS4.
Yeah.
And Portal Knights, PS4. Zone of the Enders HD Collection, PS3. Amplitude, PS3, which I believe is also playable on PS4. Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion, Vita, cross-buy with PS4. I didn't know what that was, so I looked it up in Metacritic. I ain't downloading that. You got bad score. Super Mutant Alien Assault Vita. And yeah. Anyway, apparently there's a Warframe booster pack. Wonder if that's for new accounts only. PlayStation Plus members, a bunch of platinum and credits and a rifle and a skin.
Okay.
7-day affinity booster. None of that stuff means anything to me.
Okay.
Steep. Looks okay. Whatever. I think both these services have been pretty lacking the last little while.
Yeah.
Just rolled in PlayStation Now and Game Pass into both those services and call it a day.
Fair enough.
Free for all section.
Free for all.
So, like I alluded to earlier in the show, actually I probably talked about it on the last podcast. Did I say that I got a Pixel 3, or did I just tell you that? Or did I not say it and just think it in my head and thought I said it? I may have.
No, I feel like you talked about it.
I may have mentioned that I ordered it, but I didn't have it yet. After
yes, that's exactly what it was. Okay. You had ordered it, but you hadn't got it yet.
Yeah, because I got it through.
We last recorded.
I got it through work because I get a discount through my work. Yada yada. Moving along.
Yeah.
I got a Pixel 3.
And?
Yay!
Is everything you hoped it would be?
It's a faster, prettier Pixel 2 with an even better camera from an already amazing camera.
I was going to say, I feel like the jump from what you had before, because you went from the 7 or the 8 to the Pixel.
I went from
2?
Pixel 2 to the 3. But I went from
before that,
the 7 to the 2 was a much more drastic jump than going from the 2 to the 3. I was
going to say, going from the 2 to the 3 is kind of like...
More of the reason I bought the 3 was I had my disc. I get a discount every couple of years through my work on like handsets. Like, I think I've shared on the show before. Like, I work for a telco. I don't really have a phone bill, so I had money burning a hole in my pocket. I kind of wanted a new phone, but at the same time, I gave my old phone to my wife because her phone was like, I think she was on an iPhone 4S or maybe a 5. So hers is getting pretty long in the tooth, like really slow, tiny screen, shitty camera, and she really needed an upgrade. But I wasn't going to buy her a new iPhone. Like, they're just stupid expensive, like even used. So
they're not cheap, that's for sure.
No, so I win, she wins. She gets an amazing jump in technology. I get her out of the Apple stupid ecosystem.
How's she been adjusting?
Fine.
To the
The first day.
There was lots of questions.
There were some questions, and now like nothing. She just seems to have figured it all out, and that will bring me to one thing.
Okay.
The one question she had is like, how do I change the sounds for my notifications or turn them off? And I'm like, oh yeah, you just go in here, and like, oh well, how do I can't change the sounds. How do I change the sounds? It's like it's not immediately obvious, at least in standard Android. Like, I don't think you can change the sounds. This is weird. I can turn the notifications off or use the default sound. And it's like, it took me a little digging. It's like, it's not immediately obvious that when you're in the app information screen on Android, and then under notifications, it shows you toggles for all the different notifications that an app has, and you can turn them on and off individually. But it's not immediately obvious if you actually click on the type of notification, then it gives you a prompt to be able to set any sound you want.
Yes.
So unless you tap
that's
them,
actually a huge pain in the ass. And to be honest, I don't like, as somebody who has an iPhone for work and an Android phone, I feel like they both are bad at this in different ways.
Yeah, it's weird.
But on an Android, you're right. Like, you have all this flexibility. You can click on any app.
Not
you can
like,
adjust
it's not
all
immediately
of the
obvious that you can do that. So unless you actually tap on it, you don't know that it's even an option. It just seems like you can't do it.
Yeah, it's true. But then once you realize you can, then it's great.
It's
but
like
then the thing
you can
is,
set up like 10 different notification sounds for Gmail.
But that's the thing. Is that's for Gmail.
Yeah, not
Like,
all apps do it. That's true.
Yes.
It
And
boils
the
down
other
to
thing
the
that
app.
you run into is like, because like I used to just like to have, an email and a general notification and like a text message.
Mm-hmm.
I like those like 3 things.
Which is you can do.
Right.
But-
and like, yeah. Anyways, I could see how that would be a
Yeah,
little bit
so I went
confusing.
through the rabbit hole of setting up different sounds for my 2 Gmail accounts, different sound for Discord, different
Yep.
sound for this. So now I have all these different sounds. Like, what was that? Like, is that Wario
I
64
don't remember
tweet?
which that was.
Because before I just had the one, and I was like, I hated
Right.
it, and I
Yeah.
like having the different notifications. And I will say that was a nice thing. She got me delving down this hole, and I figured it out. And I'm like, oh, actually, there's tons of control here. It's just
Right.
kind of ass backwards how they do it. But yeah, I love the phone. The phone's amazing. I'm super happy. I didn't need it. I don't know. I was gonna buy. I was saving money, and I wanted. This is before we knew what the 2080s and the TIs were.
Right.
And I was like, I was going to buy a new graphics card. Not that I needed one. It's just one of these burning a hole in my pocket. I need some new technology. And then those came out, and it's like, yeah, no. If I buy one of those, I should just burn my money because that's just stupid. We're waiting a gen or two before we get a new video card because we don't need one. Like I don't need one.
No.
So, and then it's like, oh, I gotta get something, and then then I got the phone. And like I said, my wife probably benefited the most, but I love
That's
it. Actually, I posted a photo on the Discord and somewhere else, and that was using that ultra wide selfie shot, like getting the group of all of us guys very easily, and a good photo from the front facing camera. Like that was pretty cool. My old phone couldn't do that easily. We would all have to be all hugging and kissing, but
which you probably missed anyways.
yeah, that was the photo before. Yeah, we are actually on New Year's Eve. My buddy has a foosball table. That's why I entitled it FIFA 1921.
Right.
Just get it? That's when foosball was invented. So, and it's FIFA, it's soccer. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We get crazy. Like I lost my voice from screaming and yelling. Gets pretty competitive. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet. Good stuff.
We
man.
did that on New Year's Eve. That was old school gaming. But yeah, I also got the Pixel Stand, which is a stupid ripoff because it's just a charging stand, wireless charging stand. But of course, they put some freaking chip in it that unlocks different features for your phone. Basically, turns your phone into a Google Home when it's in the stand, which is kind of nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, which
If you're into that, in your house.
I just wish they had that with any wireless stand. My Samsung wireless stand works for slow ass charging. When it is an actual fast charge wireless charger, just not with the Pixel because it doesn't have the special magic chip in it.
Oh, I forgot the Pixel limits all that shit.
Yeah, so it's
Mine does not.
It's
Yay.
It's stupid, but anyway, I didn't have to pay for my Pixel stand.
There you go.
Long
That's fair.
story short, I got a gift card, so I paid for it, didn't
cool.
pay for it.
Yeah.
But those are
Nothing wrong with that.
Those are the presents to myself. Over the break, we saw some movies.
Yeah.
I saw Bumblebee.
Yeah, we did.
We both saw Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. I saw The Predator. Oh God, that's a bad movie. Do not watch that movie. And you saw Aquaman. Yeah, The Predator it's terrible.
Truly.
I didn't want to believe it. I'm like from the early trailers, I'm like, oh, this shows some promise. Kind of looks like it has some of that 80s kind of vibe to it, and like bringing it back to the old school Predator. And it is.
I heard it was campy and kind of
it's
ridiculous.
Fucking terrible. It's shit. It's horrible acting. It's not funny. It's trying to be funny left, right, and center, and it's just bad. You want everyone to die in that movie. Like everyone. And unfortunately, they don't all die. Yeah,
right,
it's a
fair
terrible
enough.
movie. Don't watch it. If you're going to watch any Predator movie, watch the first one. The first one's amazing. It's like Hall of Fame.
Original.
It's the original is Hall of Fame like action movie. Arnold.
That movie is pretty awesome.
It's an awesome movie. And that's what's so disappointing because that movie is so good and it sets up something that should be this amazing franchise, and it's had multiple shit versions. Predator 2 is not terrible. I like Predator
It's been
2,
many years since I've watched Predator 2,
but it's definitely not.
but I remembered it being like not bad.
It's better than every other rehashed released version they've tried to do since.
Right.
So,
okay.
Anyway, that's more time that I want to spend on the Cry Predator. And you saw Aquaman.
That movie was awesome.
Yeah. I hear good things. My Twitter timeline blew up with
incredible.
Yeah.
Like visually one of the coolest movies I've ever seen. Done so well. I really, really do like the vibe of that movie. I think they really did an awesome job.
It's the best DC movie so far.
Yeah.
I hear people say it's as good, if not better than Wonder Woman, but Wonder Woman also gets a little extra push because it's the female hero.
Dude, Wonder Woman's awesome regardless.
Yeah.
This is definitely on the same level as Wonder Woman.
So they're definitely stepping up their game finally.
I will say this. We were in the theater and the movie ended. We stayed all the way to the end. The credits finished rolling, and then we were going to get ready to get up and leave. And my wife turned to me and she said, "Do you think we still have time to get tickets to see it again?"
Wow.
And I was like, and she wasn't like joking. She was like deadly serious. Like if I would have been like, "Yeah, we could totally," she would have absolutely got up out of the theater and
Your
went
wife
and
surprises
sat down
me
in another one.
sometimes. Like
she loved it.
She's like a closet, but she's like a closet nerd.
Kind
like
of
when
a
she
little
likes
bit.
a nerdy thing or like video games or whatever, she like ODs on that shit. Like she goes in
she
deep.
Can definitely.
She goes
sometimes.
in deep, like Skylanders and Diablo. But like if you were to see her on the street, you would not guess that she even touched video games or comic book character movies or any of that
Not
shit.
at all.
At all.
No. So yeah, no, I was like, she was like, that was as good as Wonder Woman. She's like, I don't know if it was as better than Wonder Woman. She's like, but that was awesome. And I mean, I can't argue with her. I really liked it. We saw it in IMAX. Big ridiculous screen. It's just, I don't know. Like it's a popcorn film, so it's not going to win any awards.
Yeah, there's I hear there's some corny
change
bits or like
totally,
acting,
but like
whatever. It's a superhero movie.
Jason Momoa is awesome. He spends half the movie with his shirt off, and I mean, even I mean, he's a beautiful man. I'm not gonna
Khal Drogo, man.
And like, but he's so good. His character,
my man.
You love him by the end of it. Like you love him. Just you cannot
it's like
help
the
but
one
love
movie.
him.
Like if you told me like there's going to be a new Superman, a new Batman, a Flash movie, if you named all the DC heroes and there's going to be an Aquaman movie, and I'm like, yeah, that one's going to suck. And it's like, it's so totally good. Not the thing. Like the Superman movie sucked, the Justice League movie, they didn't suck. They're just not awesome.
The way, and the other thing I will say too is like musically, like hits so good. Like I thought the performances were great. It's got Dolph Lundgren in it as one of the like characters, and I thought that he was really good.
Black Manta is amazing. People love whoever played Black Manta.
Yeah, he was great. He did a really good job. Like I felt like they did a really good job of sort of setting up the character. You got a much better feel for who he was. Gone are the like, oh, Aquaman is this lame DC superhero, and he is fucking there, and he is a badass, and you were just like, hell yeah, he's rad.
If you know DC lore, he's a very powerful superhero.
He is. I mean, I feel like as
an important one, but it's like a lot of people don't know his story.
Yeah, and over the last like several years, for whatever reason, he's kind of been the butt of a lot of jokes, right?
Yeah, my man.
Exactly. But no, honestly, like it is worth seeing on the big screen. I really did enjoy it. And like I said, my wife absolutely loved it. She went as far as to say that was probably her favorite movie we've seen this year. So, Black Panther and Infinity War both come out this year.
I want to see Aquaman. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just being honest with myself with the way stuff is my schedule right now.
Yeah,
I don't see myself getting time to go to the theater to see it. So by the time I get to see it, it's going to be on VOD. Not that I don't want to see it.
I feel like you'll be able to convince your wife to see that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
It was
She
not a hard.
barely wants to watch the Marvel ones, to be honest.
I feel like just show her a preview with that man without his shirt on, and
well, maybe
he'll be down. He'll be down. I don't like I said,
like Venom's on VOD, and I'm like, you want to watch Venom? She's like, you can go downstairs and watch it if you want.
See, my wife, she was kind of the same way about Venom. Loved Aquaman. That's all I'm going to say, man.
Yeah.
Like,
nice. Well, I will see it eventually. And I hear good things. My Twitter timeline blew up with people saying, man, that movie was awesome.
It's great. It's so good. The other one, obviously, that's amazing is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
We both saw.
Holy shit.
I wanted to save it, but I was going to talk about Bumblebee, but whatever.
Oh, no, sorry. Let's talk about Bumblebee. You want to... I haven't seen Bumblebee yet, so like
I didn't see Aquaman.
That's my plan for this upcoming weekend.
We can splooge all over Spider-Man after I skeet on Bumblebee. How's that sound?
All right, I've heard good things about Bumblebee.
Bumblebee is fantastic.
Everybody that I've talked to so far has
happy.
Been like, go see it if you're a Transformers fan. You're really gonna like it. If you've been
listening to us for a while, you know I've been shitting on the Michael Bay movies. Now this is a Michael Bay produced movie, but it ain't a Michael Bay movie.
He didn't direct it.
It's directed by, I believe, Travis Knight is his name. If you remember,
he'd done a couple animated films.
Yeah,
he was really
did one of the best movies I've ever seen, Kubo and the Two Strings. If you have not seen that movie, go watch that fucking movie. That is an amazing movie. Like story-wise, visually, characters, that is a beautiful, fantastic movie. It's stop action. Like I think it's claymation, CG. Like it's a fantastic movie. When I heard his name was involved with this, I'm like, because at first I heard Bumblebee, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm done with Transformers. They've ruined Transformers for me. Like I'll just like play with my toys and be happy to myself, and just remember the good old days of the terrible '80s cartoons, which are amazing, and the movie, and just be like happy in my little world and transporting back to '80s kid, because they ruined the movies of what they could be. This gives me some hope. This is like a clean slate, kind of a reboot, starting on Cybertron, laying some groundwork for the future of the franchise.
Right.
A simple story, not very complicated. Some people question the Cybertronian stuff, like the full CG portion of the movie, because it is all CG.
Right.
Like, I thought it looked fine. I honestly had chills just seeing Gen 1 Wheeljack and Soundwave in this.
Did they play I've Got the Power?
The song is in the movie, actually.
Is it?
But not on Cybertron. It's actually later on in the movie. Spoiler alert. Shit. Damn it. No.
Hey, that just makes me want to see it even more.
War on Cybertron. Like the Seekers, like Starscream and Thundercracker. I don't know if it's them specifically, because they don't really go into it, but they're their Cybertronian triangle ship form. Okay. All the guys turn into like vehicles that are very, futuristic Cybertronian forms, right? Not Earth cars, right?
Right.
And they're just having a full out war. Like Autobots are like on the retreat, and I'm just sitting here like I literally had like chills like when I saw like the Force Awakens trailer. Just like this giddy like child in me was like, this is amazing. I'd say the only complaint is that it's not that much of the movie, but that gives them, they can go back to that, for their storytelling devices in future. Like, I thought it was amazing. Some people complained, but whatever. And then it's this Bumblebee on Earth. Awesome fights, cool story, visually awesome. I love the G1 nods left, right, and center. Right. And just a fun, like, story of discovery, and this girl finds Bumblebee and their little adventure that she gets roped into, and his mission that he's on, and him dealing with getting hunted down, and it's just it is a cool movie. I really liked it a lot. And it, like I said, it's a fun story, a fun adventure, and I just set some great groundwork up for the next movies. There's definitely like the hooks for sequels,
Right.
or like word is apparently there's a Prime movie coming.
That seems all right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna complain about a Prime movie set in the 80s. Like,
dude, the G1 Prime would be rad.
yeah,
man.
there's, as a Generation 1 old school Transformers fan, I really enjoyed this movie. And when I first heard about this movie, I was like, no, Bumblebee crap. I saw like early stills and photos. Oh, some dumb girl. She's fantastic. There's some laugh out loud, like cry funny moments.
Okay.
Honestly, they've ruined one of these moments in one of the recent trailers I saw.
That's too
on
bad.
TV. But when I was in the theater, something happens, and I was like literally crying.
Wow.
And the cool thing, I don't know, like the CG in general in the movie, unlike I feel like a lot of the old Transformers movies, which are just like blurs of like metal blobs, you can see all the action. The fights look good. The big bots fighting and hitting each other, and the detail. And for whatever reason, I feel like, I don't know, the old Transformers movies, when they were fighting with
There's a lot of quick cuts.
Yeah, with the exception of a couple scenes where Prime did some awesome stuff, a lot of the fighting was just a blur that you really couldn't appreciate the little nuance of like individual moves that these bots and punches they were pulling and stuff they were doing. And I feel like this one, you could really see what was going on better than any other one. Like, it made the action much cooler or more impactful, in my opinion. Like the bot scenes.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was a great movie. I loved it. And it gives me hope for the future when I had totally dismissed this franchise. So I'm happy for that. And
Fair
I did
enough,
not.
man.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Oh, I'm really excited. I really want to see it.
Yeah, it's good. It's one of my top movies of the year. But I think it gives it run for the money at Infinity War. I think Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse may be the best movie I've seen this year. Or the best movie I've seen in a long time. It is a freaking fantastic movie. Oh my god.
It's really good.
Yeah.
That's everything I kind of wanted out of a Spider-Man
It's-
movie. Like, it was so good.
It's funny.
The art style is
the visuals,
phenomenal. Visually, it's stunning.
It's-
like, so cool.
They did such cool effects, like from backgrounds looking like comic book backgrounds, like watercolor painted backgrounds in a 3D movie. It was visually
looks so
really
good.
neat. And there are so many styles. Like, it's not this movie.
But they all managed to put them all together.
This movie
and
is
work so
like,
well.
I've lost count of how many different styles of artwork are in this movie. Like,
I want to see it. I want to see
it's
it again.
CG, it's anime, it's cartoon, it's black and white. It's ridiculous.
So we went last Friday with some people from work that one of the guys from work had seen it already. And he was like, oh, have you seen it? And I was like, no, I haven't seen it. He's like, oh, if you want to see it, he's like, let me know. Like, I'd love to see it again.
I want to see it again, yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. So we went and we saw it. And I get where he's coming from. There's a couple other people now from work that they weren't able to go last Friday. But they're like, well, yeah, we might want to, we're thinking about trying to see it. And I'm like,
I want to come.
And there's a part of me that I'm like, let me know when you're
I would
see it
like
again,
to
'cause,
see. I would like to see it again. Literally, like your wife wanted to see Aquaman again. I wanted to turn right back around and watch this movie again.
That's exactly how I felt when I walked out of it as well.
There's
just so many little things that I feel like I would pick up on the second time watching
there's
it.
so many nods to comic book fans. There's so many nods to Spider-Man fans.
And I will just say right now that there is a cameo of Stan Lee in that
God.
film that just about brought me to tears.
I almost cried 3 times in that movie, at least.
Yeah.
At least. It was
just seeing that was his last cameo. Like that's his last cameo, and like it just hit me. It was so good. Oh,
that was amazing. Not to mention the storyline ups and downs got me in the gut multiple times. Fantastic story, cool scenario they set up, neat visualization of villains that you think you know. And done so differently.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, oh,
Yep.
wow, that's a different take on that character. I've never seen
Also, characters that aren't, if you're not a kind of deep into the Spider-Man lore, I thought it was cool that they kind of brought some of those, like a few of the characters that weren't super well known,
villains,
kind of at the forefront. Yeah, villains. Obviously, one kind of in particular.
I really love their
spoil it, but
their multiple origin stories.
Oh, that was amazing! It was so
like
good.
I laughed every time.
And they even make fun of the fact that, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. Just go see it. It deserves to be seen. It is probably right up there with one of my favorite movies I've seen this year.
A comic book movie. It is a comic book brought to life.
On top of that, though, that is an awesome movie that also happens to be a superhero animated movie.
Yeah.
It's a good story. It's a good movie. The writing is fantastic. The characters are great.
It's amazing how they brought all these different characters together in this potentially complex scenario, but it was so simple.
Spider-Man Noir opens his mouth and you go, oh!
Yeah. And it's such and again, it's that classic thing. Is like there's so much in this movie, but they don't dwell on it. And it's simplified and it's like, it's just your classic.
It's easy to follow. You don't have to be a comic book fan.
Like that's what made, a lot of movies right now spend too much time on outside world building bullshit. And they have to spell it out to you, and they drone on about it. And look at this really cool thing we did. See how deep that is? It's like, if you have to tell me and highlight this bullshit, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? I want a good, simple story. I will draw out the depth of your world, because if you've created it with detail and love and craft, that stuff will come alive on its own. You don't have to freaking spell it out to me, or just overcomplicated goddamn story for the sake of overcomplicating. All the best movies in the world have simple movies. Blow up the Death Star. Kill the Predator. Like simple. That's it. It's like simple. Not the love story, love triangle, answerly stupid character for no goddamn reason, like nonsense. Like just these. And anyway,
there's also some pretty awesome complicated movies too. But I get what you're saying.
There is. But if you don't handle it with care, that you bog down something that could be better if you just simplify it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a fantastic movie.
Yes, go see it.
It's visually stunning, acting wise, stunning, character stunning. Miles Morales, Gwen, Spider-Gwen, like Jesus, Spider-Man Noir, like Jesus Christ.
I mean, as a big Spider-Man comic fan, I've been pulling Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and the Spider-Gwen Spider-Man comics
for a while,
for the last year or whatever. So, like, this for me was even more like,
as someone who's aware of all those characters, not necessarily read all the comics, like I know my Spider-Man, my Peter Parker.
Yeah,
like I don't know,
but
all
I feel like
the version.
They do a good job of introducing you to all the other ones, and you don't have to be a comic fan to appreciate them. They're all there. They do a good job of explaining who they all are and why they're there. And after that, you're like, okay, good.
This movie couldn't have been anything but what it was, because the different styles. Like, it's amazing.
So good.
Go watch it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll see that again instead of Bumblebee.
What's that?
No, I'm going to see Bumblebee. But
I would suggest Spider-Man over Aquaman and Bumblebee. Absolutely. It's one of the best movies of the year.
Yeah.
If I'm happy I saw it. I went by myself.
I would easily.
I just had to see it, and I had an opportunity. Everyone was going after, like, they were, my wife and mother-in-law and stuff were going shopping, and it's like, okay, I've played enough freaking Destiny 2 to kill a horse. And I'm like, I'm just going to watch Spider-Man, because if I don't watch it now, I don't know when I'm going to watch it. And I ain't waiting for no one. I'm just going to go, because I have time and everyone's doing something else. And I got to stop playing stupid Destiny. And I went and saw that. Anyway, Dean.
Yeah.
We have an episode 187.
The first episode of 2019 is in the bits and the bytes.
Yeah, in your ear holes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. You can follow me on Twitter at RickFNoKRICF.
You can always come bug me on Twitter at Dane Cody.
And of course,
at DAYNECODY.
Sorry, I'm like, at Dane Cody. Everyone knows how to spell that. And just like, ready to cut you off.
Except they don't.
Yeah, Dane. The Cody you could screw up. I could see someone like spelling that with an I or
Dude,
something.
it's always the Dane part.
The Dane?
Nobody adds the Y. It's the Y that throws everybody off. Everybody wants to go DANE.
Oh yeah. Yeah, to me, I've only known Danes with a Y, and that's you.
Uh-huh.
And actually, you're right. I think Nikki's cousin is a Dane, and he's a DANE.
Yeah, that's the way most of the Danes out there are spelled.
If you're a horse, Great Dane, get it? Aww.
You do know that's a dog, right?
Dog. That's what I said. Dog. They're like a horse to a little guy like me. When I see a Great Dane, it like towers.
I mean, they are pretty big.
It towers over me. I'm like, look, it's a horse. God damn it.
But yeah, they're a dog.
I knew that.
Good try, though.
I just had some
yeah.
You know what I was thinking of for some reason when I said that? I was thinking of the freaking... What are those giant workhorses?
The Clydesdales?
That's it. For some reason, I was thinking of... That was in my head when I said Dane, so I screwed it up.
All right. I don't know how the way your brain works, buddy.
And we have like 2 Great Danes, like 4 Great Danes in my neighborhood that we see all the time. Nico really does not like them. Because seriously, they look like freaking horses.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, etc. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure to write review if you can on iTunes or the Apple Podcast app. And yeah, that's about it. If you see our posts around on social media, feel free to share those. Help us with the algorithms, getting the word out. And that's about it. Until next week, I'm going to say we are out.
Go play some games.
So yeah. Peace.